Hello dear student, in this numerical a 2 bar truss is given and modulus of elasticity for this bar material is given value of E, it is given 70 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square, and apart from this cross sectional area of each element. So value of A for each element is given and it is 200 mm. And we have to determine here 5 things we need to find out here. First thing that we need to find out is element stiffness matrix. So here 2 elements are there, so we have to find out K1, K2. After this we have to find out the global stiffness matrix K, which is a combination addition of K1 plus K2. Third thing that we need to find out is the nodal displacement. So we have to find out nodal displacement. So if you observe in this figure, 3 node points are there. So we have to find out the nodal displacement at these 3 node points. Fourth thing that we need to find out is the stresses in each element, sigma 1, sigma 2, and fifth thing that we are going to find out is the reaction forces. So this much data, this much value we need to find out. So let's understand this figure first. Here 2 elements are there. So this is element number 1, which is from node point number 1 to node point number 2. This is element number 2, which is from node point number 2 to node point number 3. So this is element number 2. The length of first element given, it is 500 mm. Then from point number 2, node number 2, vertical distance to the node number 3, it is given 300 mm. Then in horizontal, in x direction, it is given 400 mm. So we need to find out this particular length, because this length will be our length for this second element, which is needed while calculating the value of Cx and Cy. So length for the second element, how we can find out? Simply by using Pythagoras theorem, we can find out this particular length. So using Pythagoras theorem, this length for second element, how we can find out? 300 square plus 400 square. So it is total 2500 and its under root will be 500 mm. So length of this second element is 500 mm. So our first step in solving any problem is discretization. So in discretization, as at node point number 1 and at node point number 3, fixed support is given. So what we can do? At node point number 1, this fixed support is replaced with 2 reaction forces. Whenever any node point is fixed, there we will get a reaction. So here we will get the reaction, as this is a 2 degree of freedom problem, R1x in x direction, R1y. Also the node point number 3 is fixed. So here also we will get the 2 reaction. This is R3x reaction in x direction, R3y reaction in y direction at node point number 3. Here one force is acting 50 kilonewton. So here this F2y is written, and this particular node we have to find out the displacement U2 and V2. This is our second step, discretization. So after this we will plot the element connectivity. Now for element connectivity, in this numerical it is very simple. As the element number 1, it is connected between 1 to 2. Simply we have to write down here, it is between 1 to 2. This is a table of element connectivity. So in this table of element connectivity, here element number we have written element 1 to 2, global node number of, we have to find out local node 1 and local node 2. Element number 2 is connected between 2 to 3. So the naming of local node 1 will be 2 in global, and here it is 3. So after this we will find out the value of Cx and Cy, because in a formula of global stiffness matrix we need the value of Cx square, Cy square, Cx Cy. So for that we need to find out these values of Cx and Cy, but before that we will quickly find out the value, the dimension for global stiffness matrix, and for that we need to find out the total degree of freedom. So the formula for total degree of freedom per node into number of nodes. So as this is a 2 degree of freedom problem, the degree of freedom per node value is 2 into number of nodes. So if you observe here in this truss system, 1, 2 and 3 node points are there. So 2 into 3 is the value of 6, which is the total degree of freedom for this structure. So the value of global stiffness matrix, how we can find out? N by n. So it will be 6 by 6. The value of global nodal displacement vector, so it is found out by n by 1. So it will be 6 by 1. And the value of global force vector, it is also found out by n by 1. So it will be also 6 by 1. So after this, we will find out the values of Cx and Cy. So this particular table is showing the values of Cx and Cy for element number 1 as well as element number 2. So for element number 1 and element number 2, the length of first element, it is 500 mm. The length of second element we have calculated, it is also 500 mm. So considering this 500 and 500. Now in this figure, as the lower left, there is no any node point at lower left, but in order to get all the dimensions properly, we are considering here the origin at this lower left. So we are considering origin here. So with respect to this origin, the coordinates of point number 1 will be, I will write down here point number 1, as this is on we will just get here the y direction, as x coordinate will be 0 for this point number 1 because they are on a same line. So here we will get 0 and 300. X is 0, y is 300. For coordinates of point number 2, in x it is 500 mm, in y from this origin y dimension is 300. So we will get here x is 500 and y is 300. Now the point number 3, which is on the x-axis, where value of y will be 0, and from x 500 plus 400, this 500 plus 400 will give us this total distance. So considering this 500 plus 400, 900, and here the y value will be 0. So as the element number 1 is connected between 1 to 2, its global coordinates will be for local node 1, local node 2, they will be 0, 300 and 500, 300. So we are writing here. So here values will be x1, y1, x2, y2. So considering the value of x1 here, what we have written here, I will just show you again. So considering this value, it is 0, 300 and local node 2 having the global coordinate also as 2, so it will be 500 and 300. Element number 2 is connected between 2 to 3. So for 2, which is a local node 1, we will get this value as 500 and 300, and the coordinate for third is 900 and 0. So now we have to calculate the value of Cx and Cy. So how to calculate the value of Cx? X2 minus x1 upon LE. So value of x2 here, it is 500, value of x1 it is 0, and value of length of element is 500. So how we will get 500 minus 0 divided by 500. So 500 divided by 500, we will get it as 1. Now y2 minus y1 upon L. So 300 minus 300, it becomes 0. Now the third thing that we need to, now we will find out the Cx value for element number 2. So x2 minus x1, 900 minus 500, it is 400 divided by 500. So it will become 0.8. And Now value of cy for element number 2, y2 minus y1. So 0 minus 300. So it will be minus 300 divided by the length of second element, which is 500. So minus 300, calculate quickly. Minus 300 divided by 500, so it becomes 0.6. Minus 0.6 because minus sign is there. So we have got the values of Cx and Cy for element number 1 as well as element number 2. Now we have to use this value to find out the element stiffness matrix. Before that, I will show you on a common note. I will write down here the value for the global stiffness matrix. How to find out the stiffness matrix? So its formula is AE by L. Now remembering this global stiffness matrix is very easy, friends. We have to just remember these four terms: Cx square, Cxcy, Cxcy, Cy square. So we have to write down these values as it is at this location. So Cx square, Cxcy, Cxcy, Cy square. Now change the sign. We have to simply change the sign. So now we are changing the sign, minus Cx square minus Cxcy. We are just repeating these four terms. Minus Cxcy minus Cy square. Now repeat these four terms here, minus Cx square minus Cxcy minus Cxcy minus Cy square, and the degree of freedom for this particular stiffness matrix, it is written as 2i minus 1, 2i, 2j minus 1, 2j. Similarly, same values are repeated here, 2i minus 1, 2i, 2j minus 1, 2j. Now if you observe, we just need to find out these four values: Cx square, Cxcy, Cxcy, Cy square, and we have to just repeat this value. So although this particular stiffness matrix is very large, it is 4 by 4 matrix, but formation of this stiffness matrix is very easy. So what we will do, I will directly write down K is equal to K1 plus K2. Global stiffness matrix is equal to element stiffness matrix K1 plus element stiffness matrix K2. So we will write down area. It is given in the numerical that area is 200 AE, because we have to write here, see here, AE by L. So area, it is 200. Value of E, it is given in the numerical that 70 into 10 raised to 3 upon LE, which is 500. Now for element number 1, let me shift its position first. Okay, for element number 1, if you observe here, I will write down here for element 1. So for element 1, value of Cx and Cy, if you observe here, value of Cx is 1, value of Cy is 0. So Cx value 1, Cy it is 0. This is for element number 1. Same values, Cx is equal to 0.8, Cy is equal to minus 0.6. These are for element number 2. Apart from this, we need two values, value of I and value of j for element 1 as well as element 2. So value of I can be found out using this element connectivity table. So here value of I is 1 to 2. So in short, this is a value of I, this is a value of j. So value of I for element number 1, it is 1, and value of j value is 2. So these are the values of I and j. For element number 2, values of I and j are 2 and 3. So we will quickly write down this value that I for element number 1 it is 1, 2, it is 2 and 3. Now we will find the stiffness matrix for element number 1. So we have to just find out these four values Cx Cy, Cx Cy, C and Cy square. We just need to find out these four values. So Cx square, 1 square it is 1, Cx into Cy, so 1 into 0, these are for element number 1, so 1 into 0, 0, again Cx Cy 0, Cy square 0 square 0. So we will repeat this value 1, 0, 0, 0. Similarly, we have to just change the sign 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So now we have to write down the degree of freedom for this particular matrix. So how to write down the degree of freedom? First 2i minus 1. You can take a screenshot of this to find out 2i minus 1, 2i, 2j minus 1, 2j. So 2i minus 1 for element number 1, value of I it is 1, so 2 into 1 minus 1. So this value 2 into 2, 2 minus 1, 1. So it will become 1. Now the next is we have to find out 2i. Now value of 2i, 2 into 1, as the value of I is 1, so it is 2. 2j minus 1, 2j minus 1, so 2 into value of j it is 2 minus 1, so 2 into 2 4 minus 1 it will become 3 and 2j, so 2 into 2 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the degree of freedom for this. One another way, total degree of freedom is 6, so simply you can write down that degree of freedom here. At node 1 number 1 it is 1 2, at node 1 number 3 2 it is 3 4, and here it is 5 6. As the element number 1 is connected between 1 to 2 node point, simply 1 2 3 4 will be the degree of freedom for this particular node, for this particular matrix. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Now plus we will now add the element number 2, and for this 200 into 70 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 500, as the length for second element is also 500. So Cx square 0.8 square, so it is 0.64. Cx into Cy, so 0.8 into value of Cy is minus 0.6. So this will become 0.6 into 0.8 minus 0.48. Cx Cy again here 0.48, and here Cy square, so minus 0.36 square, it will become plus 0.36. We just need to find out these four values. Now write these values as it is here, 0.64 minus 0.68 minus 0.68, 0.36. Now we have to change the sign. So 0.64 will become here minus 0.64, it will become plus 0.48, it will become, now here it is minus, it will become plus 0.48 and minus 0.36. Now we will repeat these values here. So 0.46, 0.48, 0.48 minus 0.36. Here now the degree of freedom for this particular element will be, see here, 3 4 5 6. So simply either you can calculate like this, or you can write down simply in this form 3 4 5 6. It is a very important step to write down the correct degree of freedom, because after combination of these two, K1 and K2, what we will get? We will get here the 6 by 6 matrix. So we have to combine this 4 by 4 matrix to find out the 6 by 6 matrix, which is we are going to write here. 6 by 6 matrix we are going to find. So while talking about this 6 by 6 matrix, is if you observe here, this is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So this matrix, for example, I will show you now the location of this particular marked portion. It is in first row, first column. Now here, if I am talking about its position, it is in second row, third column. So this particular matrix will be placed in 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So here, if I write down 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it will be placed here 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4. So we will write down this matrix as it is. So just 1, okay. So 1 0 0 0, here 1 0 0 0, minus 1 0 0 0, minus 1 0, minus 1 0 0 0. So this first particular matrix is written here. Now see here, the location of this particular element, it is in third row, third column. So check here, third row, third column. So this is particular point where we have to add. So 1 plus 0.64, it will become 1.64. So I will write down here, it is 1.64. Now location of this second, it is in third row, fourth column. So third row, fourth column, it will go here. So as the present number is 0, so 0 minus 0.48, so it will become here minus 0.48. So here minus 0.48 will be this. Now the other elements, as there are no elements are present, we can write down these two elements from row number 3 like this, 0.64 and 0.48. We can complete this line. So you have to just practice it well, so that all these elements you can add very easily and within no time actually. 0.48, I am just writing these elements here. So now here the location is 6th row, 4th column. So here 6th row, 4th column is here. So what we will do here, 0.36 minus 0.36, this particular element 0.48, we have to add this element here. So erasing this now, and I will write here 0.36. So in this way we have to simply combine, and the remaining elements which are not present here, write them as 0. Just a small mistake here, one more row is remaining, so we have to add these elements here, not 0. So one more row, 0.48, this minus sign is particularly here, 0.48 minus 0.64, so here minus 0.64, and here again minus 0.48, so minus 0.48. So in this way we have completed our global stiffness matrix. Now after this, what we have to do, we know the formula that F is equal to K into UN. So if I talk about this force matrix, I will erase this because I need this space here. So this is our value K. So for force matrix, its dimension we have find out here, it will be 6 by 1. So I will create here one force global force matrix which is 6 by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is having 6 rows. So as the node number 1 is fixed and there is no force here. So if you observe here, only we are having force at node point number 2. See here, at node point number 2 we are only having force. All other values are 0 or either they are R1x, R1y. So what we'll do for element number 1, what two values we are having? R1x, R1y. For element number 2, there is no force in x direction, so we will write it as 0. In y direction, we are having the force of minus 35 kilonewton. So as this is minus 35 kilonewton, why it will be minus actually, as it is acting in vertically downward direction. So it will be minus 35 kilonewton. So we have to write down here minus 35 kilonewton. So 1, 2, 3. So at node point number 3 also it is fixed support. So R3x and R3y. And talking about this UN matrix, so at each node point we will having the two displacement U1, V1, U2, V2, U3, V3. So as the node point number 1, if you observe here, the node point number 1 as node point number 3 is fixed. So using elimination approach, we have to use here elimination approach, and using this elimination approach, as the node point number 1 is fixed, degree of freedom associated with node point number 1 is 1 and 2. So simply cancelling first row, second row as 2 degree of freedom, and first column as well as second column we are cancelling. As well as the node point number 3 is fixed. So cancelling from here, for node point number 3, 5th row, 6th row, 5th column as well as 6th column. So now the 6 by 6 matrix is converted into 2 by 2. So simply we have to write down this equation, and before that, very important that one thing, this summation, this 2 we have to consider, which I forgot to write here. So I will write them quickly. It's after calculation we are getting its value as 28 into 10 raised to 3. So 28 into 10 raised to 3. So while calculation 0 is equal to, this will be as it is 28 into 10 raised to 3. So I am writing here 28 into 10 raised to 3 into 1.64 this particular element into U2 minus 0.48 into V2. Similarly here minus 15,000 is equal to this 28 into 10 raised to 3. Now we are multiplying these two elements with U2 and V2. So minus 0.48 into U2 plus 0.36 into V2. So after solving these two, as per my calculation and data available with me, you also please check these two values. That value of U2 after solving this equation number 1 and equation number 2. Value of U2 that we are getting is minus 0.7143 mm, and value of V2 that we are getting is minus 2.4405 mm. So these are the values of nodal displacement at node number 2 and at node number 3. So these are the values of U2 and V2. Now next thing that we need to find out is the reaction force, because till the point we have calculated these three values. we have written here the element stiffness matrix we have calculated, global stiffness matrix we have calculated, as well as we have calculated the displacement at each node. So to find out this reaction force R1x, R1y, we have to consider here this particular line. And if you observe here, value of u1, as it is fixed support, will be 0, it will be 0, it will be also 0, it will be also 0. So considering this, shortly we can write down, how to write down, I will explain first. R1x is equal to 20 into 10 raised to 3 into bracket 1 into u2, 0 into v1, it will become 0. So there is no use of writing like this. We have to just focus on these two values. These two values we will multiply these two. Similarly, for R1y, we will multiply these two values with these two. Here for R3x, we will multiply these two values with these two, and for R3y, we will multiply these two values with these two values. Sorry, not this, with these two values, u2 and v2. So simplifying our calculation, first thing that we will do here, R1x, here R1x, here it is equal to -1 into u2 and 0 into v2. So 28 into 10 raised to 3 into so here we have to calculate this. So for calculation, -1 into u2. So -1 into this u2, just a minute. So we are writing here -1, considering this -1 into this u2, value of u2, I will directly write down here so that this video will be, its length can be reduced, and plus we will add here, the second element is 0, so 0 into v2, it will become 0 only. So -1 into this particular point, this particular minus 0.71, let me calculate, just a minute. You also do the calculation so that your confidence will get increased. So -1 into 0.7, it will become plus 0.7143 into this 28 into 10 raised to 3. So just I am calculating 0.7143 into 28 into 10 raised to 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this value of R1x according to my calculation, 0.00000 Newton we are getting here. So in the similar way, we have to find out here R1y. So how to find out R1y? R1y is equal to, as these two elements are 0, directly I can write here that R1y is 0. Similarly, find out, this is a assignment for you, find out the R3x and R3y also. What are the answers available with me? I will write down here, R3x is equal to minus 20,000 Newton and R3y is 15,000 Newton. Please check this particular answer and let me know in the comment section whether these answers are correct or you are getting some different values. Now the last thing that needed to find out is the stresses in each element. So how to find out stresses? I have shown you the derivation. We have taken actually this derivation for sigma, that sigma is equal to, formula is E by L minus Cx Cy minus Cy Cx Cy into the bracket here Un. So for element number 1, how we can write down? For element number 1, sigma 1 is equal to value of E, it is 70 into 10 raised to 3 divided by L, it is 500. Value of Cx, if you remember, for element number 1, value of Cx is 1, Cy is 0. So I am writing here value of Cx is 1, 0, 1, Cx is 1, Cy is 0. Into, now U1 V1, U2 V2. So we are putting now the value of U1 V1, U2 V2 here, and the value of U1 it is 0, V1 it is 0, value of V2 we have calculated, U2 actually this is the value of U2, and value of U3 is minus 2.4405. So now just we have to simplify this. So 70 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 500, I will write down as it is 70 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 500 into, now we will multiply these two. So minus 1 into 0, 0, plus 0 into 0, 0, plus 1 into minus 1 point, 0 point, so it will become minus 0.7143, and this particular value will also become 0. So simply multiply these two and you will get the value as minus 100 Newton per mm square. Similarly, for element number 2, for element number 2, sigma 2, in the same fashion we have to calculate 70 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 500. Value of Cx, if you remember, value of Cx for sigma 1 minus 0.8, sigma 2 Cy it is 0. It is plus actually 0.6. I am taking these values, I will show you once again from here. So value of Cx for element number 2 is minus 0.8 and Cy is minus 0.6. Sorry, it is plus 0.8 and minus 0.6. So as here we are having the minus sign, minus Cx minus Cy, so minus minus become plus, and we are getting here 0.6. Now here again 0.8 minus 0.6. Now the element number 2, it is connected between 2 to 3. So we will get here U2 V2 U3 V3. Nodal displacement associated with, this is associated with second node point, this is associated with third node point. Okay, so sigma 2 is equal to this 70 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 500 will be as it is. Now we have to multiply minus 0.8 into this value of U2, and let me write down these values here so that it will be easy for you to calculate. Value of U2 is minus 0.7143. Value of V2 is minus 2.440500. Value of U3 and V3 is 0. So minus 0.7143 plus 0.6 into minus 2.4405, and these two values 0.8 and 0.6 will become 0. So after calculation, please calculate this. Sigma 2 that I am getting is 125 Newton per mm square. So in this way we can solve the numerical which is based on 2 degree of freedom. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.